It's time for the championship game of the D1 Upper Gold Bracket from the Triple Crown Valley Invite here in Hillsboro, Oregon. We got a team from Portland, the Northwest Bullets. They will be the home team going up against Crossfire Fast Pitch out of Boise, Idaho. And they will be the visitors fresh off a 3-0 win over the Seattle Sun Dodgers, our previous game. Dana Butterfield in the circle. We're ready to get things underway with the shortstop, Kalen Walker, to lead off. And our first pitch is ripped on and fell tipped for strike one. Kelly Diminianu is our plate umpire. Trina Comerford at first base. Dusty Jennings will umpire at third. And this is the fifth and final game for both of these teams just today. The Bullets were a 5-1 winner to advance to the championship contest, and they waited on Crossfire again, a 3-0 victory over the Sun Dodgers to get to this point. And that one skipped in the dirt from Butterfield. Butterfield in the circle, a 2021 product. 4.0 student. Looking to get off to a good start against Crossfire here at the top of the first. And that one runs way inside and misses. That one left up and hit high in the air to rather deep center. Seats back there with plenty of room, though, to make the catch and retire Walker to begin this game. In our previous contest, won by the Sun Dodgers over the Blaze 2-0. There was not much offense. A couple of runs were pushed across in the fifth inning. Let's see if these teams provide a little more offense, even though Butterfield off to a good start in the circle for the Bullets. Here's the DP, Lauren Walker. It is a Crossfire team that yesterday had wins of 5-2 and 11-1. A 3-2 victory back on Friday, and again 5 wins today, as that one's fouled back by Walker. One out, just underway. Butterfield left that over the plate, but it's a soft flare towards second base where Ramirez will make the catch. So a fly out to center and a soft liner to second. And there's 2 outs for Laura Lockard. Coach Dwyer's team from Boise. Outstanding pitching performance of their own in the semifinal game. And they had to race over here while Northwest, the Bullets, had about an extra half hour or so to gather themselves before this final game today. Off the hands and softly fouled back to the screen. Been a beautiful day all afternoon, really all weekend here in Portland. Temperatures today were climbing into the upper 70s. A little breezy, though, as we got further along, and that's a great effort at second base by Ramirez to try and track down that soft liner that ended up dropping foul by a few feet. Ball and 2 strikes the count, and that one again sent down the line and right. Foul again by a few feet. That pitch is crushed, but well fouled down the left field line. So a couple of swings fouled down the right field side by Laura Lockard and one pulled to the left. And Dana Butterfield looking for a perfect inning here in the top of the first inning. Next one on its way is up around the chin and missing high. Butterfield, when she's not in the circle, will play some first and some third. A lot of work in that circle today, and another one that's upstairs, and Lockard able to lay off and trying to work this lengthy plate appearance. I think there's a question about the count. In fact, there is. Trina Comerford at first and Dusty Jennings at third, both checking their gauges, and it looks like the count is full to Lockard. Championship game. And again, a spoil to our right now to play. A D1 upper gold bracket of the Triple Crown Valley Invite. Going through a sequence of softballs already. Kaylin Walker fly to center on a deep fly to begin the game, and Lauren Walker with a soft liner to second base that was caught by Ramirez. And another payoff pitch. Soft liner that is fair. That's a base hit to left, played back in before Lockard can think about trying to go to second base. And a 2-out single here in the top of the first inning. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Hattie Haruza. Each team batting 10 players here in our championship game, and there's a wave and a miss. Grace Tintinger on deck if Haruza is able to continue the top of the first. Bunt attempt that's popped up, and nearly a great effort by Love, the catcher. Tried to make that two-handed diving effort to her right, and unable to bring it in. Piper Love, a coach that has been doing a great job with the glove all tournament long, nearly made a great catch. And the one thing worth mentioning about this Northwest Bullets team, it's the 16U squad for Coach Danielle Duman. Pretty much every player is a 2021 future graduate. High pop-up on the right side of the diamond. Ramirez waits for that one to come down. She'll put the squeeze to it and end the top of the first. So a base hit and a runner left. Crossfire does not score, and in comes the Northwest Bullets to bat. Northwest Bullets ready to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Riley Ramirez off. Stinson in the circle for Crossfire. A couple of late changes even after we first grabbed the lineup from Coach Dwyer. Stinson pitching, and that one just tapped foul by Ramirez. So Ramirez, Fogg, and Nelson here in the bottom of the first for the hometown team, the Northwest Bullets. Boy, that off-speed pitch floated in a little bit high. It came down around the zone into the glove of the catcher, Davidson. Ramirez pokes one by the mound. Walker with a nice play at short, able to throw out Ramirez for the first out. Here's Mary Fogg batting second. One of the outfielders. She's actually a 2022 grad, so we've seen so many 2019s and 2020s today, and this team loaded with 2021s for the Bullets, but a 2022, and the slapper hits one right back to the circle. Fielded easily, and Fogg is retired for the second out. So Stinson able to field a position. And it brings up Bryn Nelson, the first baseman. Perfect 4.0 student is Nelson, batting third in this lineup. And that pitch not close as Stinson tried to flip it inside, but misfired, and it's 1-0. So a couple of ground ball outs off the bat of the Bullets here in the bottom of the first inning. And again, this is our championship game of Triple Crown's Valley Invite. Pitch right down the middle for a called strike. One that Nelson might want to have back and a chance to take a swing at that one. Pitch does catch that outside corner again. Nelson able to wait on that pitch and poke it towards second. Lockard with a nice running grab of the soft line drive, and the Bullets go down quietly and in order in the bottom of the first. We're off and rolling in our championship game, heading to the second. No score. On we go to the second inning here in Hillsboro, Oregon. On a beautiful Sunday night. Final game of the D1 Upper Gold Bracket Championship game. Crossfire batting against Dana Butterfield. And the extra hitter, Gracie Tintinger, leads off. Crossfire able to get a single in the top of the first, and that has been it so far as offense. And strike one is delivered to Tintinger. Same location, inside corner, floating in for strike two. This time she offers it one that may have been up and out of the zone, able to spoil it with two strikes. Butterfield's next one off the hands down the third base line. Michael able to lay out, but she was already across the chalk, but committed at that point, and Tintinger remains alive. Some of the other fields over the course of this afternoon seen a little more offense. Maybe the wind's blowing. There's a smash on a hard bounce to Michael at third, able to make the play easily and retired Tintinger for the first out. We've not seen a lot of balls get up in any jet stream here or have much carry compared to some of the other fields where pitching is at least dominated in over 4 or 5 games here in this field. But with one gone, here's Alexis Navarrete and a chance to change that in this second inning. And that's a location that Dana Butterfield has been able to hit between the knees and the belt over the inner half of the plate to lock up these Crossfire hitters and jump ahead in the count. Corners creeping in. The bunt attempt is popped up back over the screen into the seats. Coach Duman, after the previous game, said to need 90 more minutes out of our players. Trying to rally up some energy here, and there's a soft pop-up, but a couple of quick outs will never hurt. So Butterfield has done her job to provide some quick outs, and there's 2 gone in the second inning. It'll bring up the catcher, Annie Davidson, who bats 7th in this lineup. Again, both teams batting 10 players here in this championship game. And that has been the spot that Butterfield has found to her liking. Again, between the knees and the belt, inner half, almost that inside corner of the plate to the righties. Davidson able to lay off that one that was up around her chin. Butterfield working with tempo, the 1-1. Another foul ball backing out of play. So a chance for a perfect inning. Off the hands, fouled right back to the screen again. So that was one with 2 strikes that Davidson could not afford to take. Had to try and throw the barrel at it, but made just enough contact to foul it back and stay alive. The Crossfire from Boise, the Bullets from Portland here in our championship game of the upper gold bracket. Poke softly to the right side. The second baseman Ramirez with the glide and the flip, able to retire Davidson. And Crossfire does indeed go in order. We head to the bottom of the second in a 0-0 game. Still looking for the first run of our championship game. The Northwest Bullets batting here in the bottom of the second inning against Jalen Stinson and Crossfire. Bullets went quietly and in order in the first. It'll be Josie Kaye, Maddie Doig, Claire Seats, 4, 5, and 6 here in the second. Cleanup hitter, also the shortstop, takes strike 1. That went off the very end of the bat, sent over near the dugout and out of play. Stinson's next one up around the eyes, and that one line right to short to Walker. So 4 up and 4 down, retired by Stinson, the pitcher in the circle for the Crossfire. And it brings up the left fielder, Matty Doig. So Sai retired. Here's Doig. And she'll take strike one. 2021 product, outfielder who's in left today. And swung over the top of that one. It came up empty. One single so far in this game. It was a base hit by Lockard in the first inning for Crossfire. Stinson trying to retire the first 5 that she has faced. May do so. Soft pop-up to Stinson. Have room. She tried to pin that against the railing. And the out is called. She may have been lucky. That ball started to spin out of her glove and used that wall to try and protect it just a bit. But she is out. Doig is retired by Stinson. Here's Claire Seats. Center fielder. And that pitch a little bit too far inside to be called a strike. Seats up to the front of that box with an open stance. Watches that drop in a little bit low and miss. Base is empty, 2 away in the second. And that one just floated in, but up and out of the zone. And that's the pitch that will end up walking Seats a little bit low and inside. The first base runner for the Bullets comes with a 2-out walk in the second, issued by Stinson. And next in is Hannah Michael, the third baseman. And she's one of the few 2020 products on this team, and she'll take strike one. Michael on her right hand and her index finger, she keeps it away from the bat, pointed straight up in the air. Apparently doesn't affect her grip much, although she hasn't taken many hacks in this sequence. Let that one go by. And it's 2-1. Good pitch. Caught a lot of the plate, about knee high for a strike. We have not had a long ball, I don't believe, on this field today. 225 to straightaway center. 210 to each corner. And that pitch does catch the outside corner for strike 3 to Michael. So some outstanding offerings in that sequence by Stinson. She works around the walk and strands a runner. We go to the third inning. Crossfire nothing and the Bullets nothing. And we go to the third inning. Dana Butterfield finishing up her warm-up tosses for the Bullets, ready to face the bottom of the lineup for the Crossfire here in the top of the third inning. Shelby Raborti, third baseman, ready to lead off against Butterfield, who was her Conference's Pitcher of the Year in this previous high school season. Now trying to tear up the summer ball campaign, and certainly has had a big day, as has her entire team. And here's Raborti. One hit so far in the game. It belongs to Crossfire, but Butterfield has set down 4 in a row. See if this one stays in play. Michael over there with room, and she will make the catch. A couple of feet to spare in front of the dugout to retire Raborti, as one third baseman takes care of the other. Here's Morgan Lindsay Jones, right fielder for Crossfire. Championship game here at the Triple Crown Valley Invite, with the 16U Northwest Bullets and Crossfire from Boise, Idaho, and of course the Bullets from right here in Portland. Next one on the way to Lindsey Jones, fouled right back to the screen. And the pitcher Jalen Stinson waits on deck. Shadows have advanced over most of the infield and most of the outfield as well. Breeze continues to blow left to right here in this facility. And the count is 1-2. And a wave and a miss. That was one of those swings from Lindsey Jones where she was committed and just could not stop or hold back. First strikeout for Butterfield, but she's now sit down 6 straight. And here's her counterpart, Stinson, batting 10th in the lineup. That one was elevated above the belt, and a wave and a miss from Stinson against Butterfield. So the pitcher's off to a good start collectively again, and another wave and a miss on a high elevated pitch. Stinson's been able to work the inside corner and the knees, where Butterfield has been much more up in the zone, and that one got away. Both pitchers have been able to work with tempo without runners on. Another pitch that was high, but this time Stinson is able to identify it early and hold back. 2-2 the count. Tomahawks one to left, and that ball will be tracked down and caught. I think that's Doigan left to make the grab and end the inning. Crossfire goes in order. We head to the bottom of the third, a 0-0 game. Northwest Bullets ready to come to bat in the bottom of the third inning of the D1 Upper Gold Championship game. Haley Paul's going to lead off against Jalen Stinson, who just lined a rather deep left field to end the inning. Bottom 3 hitters in the lineup for the Bullets looking for their first hit. They've had one base runner. When Seats walked back in the second, that was their first and lone runner. Here's Haley Paul. Volleyball and a softball player, and she chops one foul back to the screen for a strike. Also a perfect 4.0 student is Paul, serving as the DP, batting 8th for the Bullets. And this again their 5th game of the day. Stinson runs one up and out into the glove of her catcher Davidson. Ball and a strike to Haley Paul. A 2021 future grad. Pitch just does miss the corner. Stinson may have missed by an inch or so, but now the count in Paul's favor. 2 balls and a strike. Make it 3-1. See how aggressive Paul wants to be. Bullets could use a couple of base runners. Get a good pitch to hit and rolls one very softly to short, right to Walker. Able to make the play and throw out Paul. And that's how the bottom of the third begins. Here's the catcher, Piper Love. Love with another ground ball. This one skims off towards Walker at short. She'll make the play on back-to-back bullet batters, and there's 2 outs. And quick outs at that. Here's Ava Peters, the extra hitter. And watches that one catch the outside corner for a called strike. Peters trying to turn this lineup over for Ramirez, the leadoff hitter who waits on deck. Walker at short has been busy. She's made 3 plays in the field on ground balls and also caught a line drive. Stinson's next one. Never really in danger of being in the zone. Floated up and out. Two balls and a strike. Just chopped foul at the plate as it spins back to the screen, and the count is even at 2-2. Northwest Bullets able to take care of the Washington Angels, 18 gold, with a 5-1 final to advance to the championship game. And that one is up and out, and it sends the count to 3-2. So Stinson has been in command, trying to finish off this inning, and she'll get the wave and a miss. Change speeds. Peters could not resist a big hack, and the Bullets go down in order in the third inning. On we go to the fourth. No score. The Crossfire and the Bullets. Three scoreless innings in the books. On we go to the fourth. Crossfire batting against Dana Butterfield, who has allowed one single. Her counterpart, Jalen Stinson, through 3 scoreless innings, has given up just 1 walk. And it's back to the top of the lineup. Kaylin Walker, the shortstop, who lined to center to begin this game, will bat. Then Lauren Walker and Laura Lockard. And the first pitch in the fourth is on the way, and it's popped up back and out of play. And And Walker able to recognize that pitch was up out of the hands of Butterfield and able to resist, and it's 1-1. Neither one of these teams have had a chance even to play small ball as far as maybe run or sacrifice runners on. Just getting runners on has been tough. And the pitchers have been in command, although now they count 2 balls and a strike to Walker. She's been very busy at short with some routine plays, now trying to get on the bases in the 4th inning. She may do so because there's one that misses up and out from Dana Butterfield. And that's not close. So a free base runner, first walk issue by Butterfield, is a free pass to Kaylin Walker to begin the top of the 4th inning. And before Lauren Walker bats, Piper Love, the catcher, heads out to the circle for a quick pep talk of sorts. Walker hit a soft liner to the second baseman Ramirez as she was able to move to her left and glove it back in the 1st inning. And that one got her. She had no chance to get out of the way and just wore it for the free base, and now there's 2 on and nobody out. A walk and a hit batter in the 4th inning, and Crossfire in business with the heart of their lineup ready to step in. Laura Lockard, the second baseman, had the base hit in the 1st. That is the only hit so far in this game. So now we'll see if Coach Dwyer wants to try and move the runners on. In fact, there's a steal attempt at third, and that throw went down the left field line. Walker's going to score easily on the game's first run. A stolen base, and what'll be a throwing error, even though there was nobody able to take the throw on the base. Coach Duman quickly goes out to the circle. Love came up ready to throw. Both Michael and Sayai were in that vicinity. But the ball, once it went down the line, was easily going to provide a run. Lauren Walker had to hold at second base. And the way the pitchers have been able to work ahead and get some quick outs, either team probably felt like if they scored first would have a tremendous advantage, but now for Crossfire, a couple of runs this inning might really feel like more than just 2. And there's nobody out. So the conversation in the circle is over, and now Butterfield and the Northwest Bullets looking for some outs. And Lockard another big swing. Walker ready to take that secondary lead off second, and the pitch to Lockard. Poke towards first, and the out is recorded. Nelson able to scoop it and make the tag on Lockard as she went by. Lauren Walker advances to third, and she's there with 1 out. So all of this without a hit so far for Crossfire, and now it's the cleanup hitter, Hattie Haruza, who popped a second to Ramirez that ended the 1st inning. Corners, Michael at third, Nelson at first haven't started to creep in yet, although they'll do so on the pitch. It's sent back over the screen and out of play for strike 1. A 70-degree night here in the Portland suburbs. Wind still drifting across the diamond left to right. It's not affected too many balls on this field today, as there's a swing and a miss from Haruza. Then again, the outfielders haven't had many plays to begin with, let alone challenging plays. Butterfield has faced her biggest challenge, though, in this game here in this 4th inning. And the walk and the hit batter to lead things off. The stolen base and what'll be an error on top of that provided a run, and a sacrifice bunt has moved another runner over to third base. Butterfield could use a strikeout on that one. Sent over near the dugout. And one time Butterfield retired 6 straight, and she did so when she K'd Morgan Lindsey Jones, but that is her only strikeout so far. So we've seen 2 pretty unique games on this field where strikeouts have not been prevalent. There's been a lot of balls put in play, but not a lot of hard contact that has challenged the fielders too often. Pitch was up in the zone and fouled back again by the cleanup hitter, Haruza. Haruza trying to elevate, get this ball to the outfield, provide a second run, and she will do just that. See if it's deep enough. Doig is underneath it, able to make the catch. Walker with the tag. Here's the throw. It's on line but late. A sac fly, and it's 2-0. I wonder if the Bullets might protest the runner left early at third. And Dusty Jennings said, no, that was my first thought. Sometimes there's strictly an appeal because it doesn't cost anything to ask. There's no penalty. That was one of those where it looked like Walker was a little bit jumpy at third base. May have been jumpy in place because the sac fly produces a run. That's 2 runs without a hit for Crossfire here in the 4th inning. And the 2 free base runners, the walk and the hit batter to start this inning, have both come around to score. And here's Tintinger, the extra hitter, and that one's fouled back again. We're setting a record for balls fouled back and out of play in this game alone. It gets back to what I mentioned earlier with these pitchers. Not a lot of strikeouts. Balls put in play, not a lot of challenging plays. So enough pitches around the zone where there hasn't been the swings and misses, but a lot of balls fouled back, not squared up. And the 0-1 pitch to Tintinger. And it catches the corner on the inside edge for strike 2. 2 runs may not be enough for Crossfire, but it feels like a lot after the first 3 innings cruised by without a run and without a runner even in a scoring position. One hopper right to short. Sayai with the play, throws out Tintinger, it ends the inning. But Crossfire gets 2 runs without a hit. There was an error and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and the Bullets have some work to do, down 2-0. Northwest Bullets ready to bat here in the bottom of the 4th, and they have some work to do. Down 2-0. As Crossfire got 2 runs without a hit in the top of this frame to start the scoring. Bullets with a 5-1 win in the semifinal game. Good pitching, more than enough offense. See what they can do as they go second time through this lineup against Jalen Stinson, who has allowed 1 base runner, and that was a walk with 2 outs to Seats in the second. A couple of strikeouts along with that 1 walk. And here's Ramirez, who bounced out to the shortstop Walker in the bottom of the 1st inning. And the first pitch of the frame flutters in but stays high and misses. Open stance, left-handed batter for Ramirez. And that one nibbles on the outside corner. It's called a strike. For the most part, it feels like these pitchers have been able to find those corners, maybe even just a little bit off, and able to connect Working quickly now. There's the bunt, and a pretty good one. Rabordi at third has no play. Ramirez got that big bounce on the bunt, and once it came down and it wasn't in the glove of Rabordi, it was going to be a bunt hit, and she did not offer a throw. Didn't want to risk sending one down the line, and the first hit is a bunt single by Riley Ramirez for the Northwest Bullets in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's Mary Fogg, the right fielder. She rolled one softly right back to the circle for a quick out in the first. She runs up in the box and looks at strike one. What Crossfire did in the top of this inning was to get their first two runners on for the heart of the lineup. If Fogg can reach, the Bullets will have done the same thing in the bottom of the frame. Soft pop-up, will it land? It will, and then the spin brings it back, and the pitcher Stinson was trying to get there. It's probably not necessarily going to be an easy play for her as it landed right on that chalk and then propelled backwards. That's one of those, as either a pitcher or the defensive team, you see that soft pop-up in the air and you want somebody to catch it. You want that easy out. Looks like Davidson might have got something in her eye as she tossed that mask aside, and what has been kind of a dusty day with all the games on this field and the winds that have been blowing throughout the course of the afternoon, but I think Davidson is okay, or at least can see. And that's a help. With that big hockey goalie mask on that she will wear in the way that Stinson has been pitching and locating today. Doesn't want to make a mistake behind the plate and have one clank off her glove. So Mary Fogg back in the box. And she will poke one softly foul wide to third and Rabordi. If Rabordi's not creeping in a couple of steps, maybe anticipating a ball slapped or bunted, she may have been in position just to reach across the chalk and catch that one. And there's a wave and a miss. First out of the inning is a strikeout. Fogg is retired on the K by Jalen Stinson. And that is her third strikeout of the game. And that was a big out, especially after the leadoff runner Ramirez reached. And here's Bryn Nelson, the first baseman. Nelson off her hands, softly dribbles one to third. Rabordi even looked at second. She'll throw out Nelson. She's 0 for 2 and retired as Riley Ramirez moves up in a scoring position. Here is the cleanup hitter, Josie Sai, who lined to short to Walker back in the second inning. Just waved through that pitch for strike one. 5'11" shortstop is Josie. Off the end of the bat, will roll one to short. Walker had to check to make sure that ball was in her glove and throws out Sangai to end the inning. So a leadoff bunt hit, but Ramirez is stranded at second base. We played 4 innings in our D1 Upper Gold Bracket Championship game. Crossfire leads the Northwest Bullets 2-0. On we go to the 5th inning here in Hillsboro. for Upper Gold Bracket Championship of the Triple Crown Valley Invite. Crossfire from Boise, Idaho, a 2-0 lead over the Northwest Bullets from here in Portland. Scored 2 runs without a hit last inning. In fact, we've had just 2 hits combined in this game. Lockard singled in the first for the Crossfire. Ramirez had the bunt hit last inning for the Bullets. That's it. Here's Alexis Navarrete, the left fielder, leading off, and she takes one over the heart of the plate for a strike from Butterfield. Navarrete hit the pop-up in foul territory that Nelson raced over, and it looked like maybe she used the fence of the dugout to kind of secure the pop-up and make the catch, but an out was recorded. And she's quickly down in the count here. 0-2. Butterfield's next one misses in. She gave up the walk and the hit batter to the first 2 hitters last inning and then got 3 straight outs. The big play, though, was a stolen base and a throw that was pretty much over the bag, but nobody was close to the base. It went down the line and left and scored a run. This is a long run for the left fielder, Doig. The ball's up there a long time, and she's able to make the catch for the first out of the 5th inning. One gone for the catcher, Annie Davidson. And she rolled out to second to Ramirez in her only at-bat, and it came in the second. Batting again here in the 5th inning. And this is when you begin to think you may not get a third at-bat. This is in the air a long time. Ramirez right on top of the line, able to make the catch for out number 2. So a soft pop-up to left and a pop-up behind first. And there's 2 outs for Shelby Rabordi, the third baseman. She popped up to third to Michael in foul territory over near the dugout when she batted in the 3rd inning. This one hit out of the left center. Seats, though, tracking to her right, makes the catch. Couple of flyouts and a pop-up, and the Crossfire squad goes down in order quickly on the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the frame. The Bullets still trailing 2-0. Bullets batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. They got their first hit on a bunt in the 4th. Their only other base runner was a free pass on a walk in the 2nd. And they're down 2-0. They'll send up Doig, Seats, and Michael against Jalen Stinson. So 2 runs without a hit for Crossfire in the 4th inning, and that is it. And for both of these teams, their 5th and final game today on a very busy day for softball and what has been a beautiful afternoon and evening now weather-wise here in the Portland suburbs. Addie Doig popped to first in her only at-bat. It came in the 2nd inning. And Stinson back to work. And that one just slipped out of her hands as she spins one up and out. Bullets need base runners. That one chopped off the plate. Stinson's going to have to hurry her throw, and she was calm enough to make sure she had a pretty good look over the first and easily throws out Doig. And there's one gone. And that's 4 in a row set down after that bunt hit by Ramirez led off the 4th inning for the Bullets. Here's Claire Seats. And she is the only other base runner the Bullets have put on today. She drew a walk with 2 outs back in the 2nd. Off her hand, she'll float one out into left for a base hit. able to get enough bat on that ball to single to left, and now the throw goes wildly into foul territory in the first base side, but Seats does not dare making it out on the bases with her team down 2-0. Seen a lot of inside pitches to right-handed hitters from Stinson, and that was one where Seats was still maybe jammed, but able to bring her hands back in just enough to get the bat on the ball and float it out to left for the second hit for the Bullets. So the Bullets have actually out-hit Crossfire 2-1. They trail 2-0 on the scoreboard. And here's Hannah Michael, the third baseman. Went down looking, and she struck out to end the second inning. And Stinson works a little bit further off the corner, and Michael able to lay off, and the count 2-0. Getting towards the bottom of the lineup for the Bullets in the bottom of the fifth as time runs out here in our championship game. Stinson misses. Tried for that low inside strike. She's behind 3-0. Took a walk behind the circle and recalibrated just a bit. Doesn't want to put Michael on, and that one's right down the middle for a strike. So Seats at first with one gone. And Michael sends one out of play down the right field side. So from 3-0, the count is now gone full. Bullets have had just one runner reach second base in the game. They'll get another here. Michael walks on a 3-2 changeup. Seats will advance to second. Bullets have the tying runs on base with one out. And here's Haley Paul, the DP. But a visit in the circle first. Coach Dwyer on his way out and wants to talk to Jalen Stinson, who coming into this inning had been so very good. Again, just the bunt hit from Ramirez in the fourth, and that has been it. Issued her first walk to go along with 3 strikeouts. And Crossfire still leading 2-0. They'd love to get through this fifth inning with that lead intact. Shorten this game. Take some of the steam out of this rally attempt from the Bullets. And here is Haley Paul. Grounded right to Walker at short, back in the third inning. Way up in the box in an open stance for this right-handed hitter. She pokes a bunt that'll trickle foul to her right for strike one. Trying to put some pressure on Crossfire in their defense by putting the ball in play. See what she wants to do here, that the count is 0-1. She'll try again. 2 bunt tries, 2 foul balls, and she's quickly down in the count, 0-2. Bullets coming off a 5-1 win in the semifinal. Well, Crossfire put up the 3-0 shutout over the Sun Dodgers. That one led her high and missing. Not a bad 2-strike pitch from Stinson to see if she might be able to get a chase, or even had Paul been squaring again with 2 strikes. Floats in for strike 3 call. She went with the change. Paul down looking, and that's a big second out in the Bullets' 5th inning. Here's the catcher, Piper Love. She also grounded out to short. Saw just 1 pitch when she batted in the 3rd inning. Hacking on the first one here. This ball's up there a long time, and it's under the glove of Walker. Here comes Seats home, and she is out at the plate. A great throw to the dish. When it looked like the Bullets might be able to get their first run, they were denied. And the inning ends, and on we go to the 6th inning. It's still 2-0 Crossfire. Center fielder Hattie Haruza with a perfect throw to the plate to Davidson to gun down Claire's seats when it looked like maybe she was going to score the first run for the Bullets after that high chopper from Piper Love went under the glove of Walker at short, but a very busy play, and all that, the inning ends at the plate. So it's still 2-0. Crossfire with the lead as we go to the 6th inning. And Dana Butterfield back to the circle. Keep in mind she's given up just one hit in this game. Both of those runs scored in the 4th inning without a hit. And Morgan Lindsey Jones, the right fielder, leads off. It'll be 9-10-1 for Crossfire in the 6th. Morgan struck out back in the 3rd inning and are only at bat. And Butterfield ready to go to work here in the 6th. Softly sent foul down the line and left. Our D1 Upper Gold Bracket Championship game of the Triple Crown Valley Invite here in Hillsboro, Oregon. Earlier today we had a semifinal, actually a quarterfinal game between the Seattle Sun Dodgers over the Oregon Blaze and a 2-0 win. We've got another 2-0 game tonight. That one hit out to center field, but it travels right to seats. She's tracked down a pair of those, just gliding to her right and put them away. And there's one out. Here's Stinson. Hit a ball well in her only at bat in the 3rd, but she lined to left into the glove of Doig. What she has done, though, has been impressive in the circle today. And that one's popped up back and out of play. If we give Piper Love a single on that chopper back in the 5th inning, that'd be 3 hits she has allowed, but no runs. And trying to get on here in the 6th with one gone, top of the lineup, waiting on deck in the presence of Kaylin Walker. That went down around her feet almost, or she could have worn that and taken her base. Had to skip out of the way of that pitch. That wasn't close from Butterfield. There's another one down around her back foot. Moving the feet a bit of her counterpart. Count 3 balls and a strike. And that one's down the middle at the knees for strike 2, and the count has gone full with one out in the top of the 6th. Crossfire team, the visitors in this game from Boise, trying to add some insurance in the air to right. Fogg is there. Easy play. 2 outs. That's now 8 in a row set down by Butterfield since those 2 runners got on and eventually scored in the 4th inning. Turns the lineup over for the shortstop, Kaylin Walker. She walked in the 4th inning. She would score in that stolen base of 3rd and the E2 on the throw that went down the line and left. A little bit high and above the belt from Butterfield. Nearly got her on the shoulder. Boy, Butterfield probably had 4 pitches this inning. Been tracking way into these right-handed hitters and just did miss them all. Soft flare out to center. Will this one drop? And it will. Seats could not make the catch. Walker never stopped into second base. No, she's going to be thrown out. Maybe too daring of a play after the bloop single. She was gunned down at second base to end the top of the 6th. So Crossfire unable to add some insurance. And as we go to the bottom of the frame, their leads remains 2-0 over the Bullets. Crossfire unable to get an insurance run or more in the top of the 6th. Another chance for the Bullets in the bottom of the frame. They're trailing 2-0. Got a couple of hits on a walk back in the 5th, but also saw Claire Seats out at the plate on a nice throw from the center fielder Haruza to end the inning. Had Seats scored and the Bullets remained in business, would have had a chance to tie or take the lead, but now they begin that challenge all over again with Ava Peters, who bats 10th in their lineup before Ramirez and Fogg are due up. Jalen Stinson working on a shutout. Peters struck out in her only at bat. And she is the extra hitter, batting 10th. Up there hacking and fouls one back to the screen again. Lights on during the twilight, almost the dusk hours here in suburban Portland. Sent foul again down the line and left. Well, it's 9 o'clock here on the West Coast, and we still have a little more daylight to work with, but the light's on nonetheless as we get towards the last inning or so in our championship game. Keep in mind this Northwest Bullets team, a 16U squad, so many 20, 21 players competing in this older bracket and performing extremely well, and they have a few more outs with which to work. 2-2 the count. Little spin on that grounder towards Walker. She's handled all the chances today and throws out Peters to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. One gone as the lineup turns over for Riley Ramirez, who had the bunt hit in the 4th, leading off that inning. That was the first hit for the Bullets in the game. Sends one over near Mary Fogg on deck. That one was a heat tracer. Third baseman Raborti almost right on top of the chalk at third as that one carries down and out of the zone. Feels like pitching has certainly dominated the games we have telecast on this field. A one hopper to short. Another play for Walker and another out recorded. And there's 2 gone. That is assist number 6 to go along with the putout for Kaylin Walker at short. So defense, it has been stout behind Stinson. Here's Mary Fogg, 0 for 2, struck out in her last at bat. So a few more chances for the Bullets. Pitch was over at the knees for a called strike. One and one the count to Fogg, batting with 2 outs there in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Bullets trailing 2-0. Stinson has struck out 4 so far tonight. See if she can get another and end this inning. She will indeed. Strikeout number 5. Fogg is down to end the 6th inning. So runs have been awfully tough to come by. We head to the 7th inning. Crossfire batting one more time, leading 2-0. Here we go to the 7th. It's a 2-0 lead for Crossfire. A chance for some insurance again. Hard to the lineup. Lauren Walker, Laura Lockard, Hattie Haruza, 2, 3, and 4 hitters against Dana Butterfield, who was giving up 2 singles in the game but trailing 2-0. And both of those runs came across in the 4th inning for the Crossfire. A walk, a hit batter, a stolen base, a throwing error, a sac bunt, and a sac fly, and that's it. Walker was the batter who was hit that inning. She had no chance to get out of the way of a pitch that rode in and hit her on the side, and that one nearly got her on the leg. Butterfield had a few of those pitches last inning where she missed way in to move the feet of the hitters, just not enough to make contact. In the air, left center, Seats comes racing in to make the grab. And she's had 3 putouts tonight. So the play made by Claire Seats, and there's one gone for Laura Lockard. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th for the Bullets, they will have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. So Butterfield's job is to keep this at a 2-run deficit for her hitters in the bottom of the inning. Bit of a check swing, but the pitch was called a strike to Lockard. Was one of the 2 hits for the Crossfire when she singled back in the 1st with the bases empty and 2 outs. Stroked one into left for the single. And this one's fouled back and out of play to her right. A lot of softball for both of these teams today, trying to finish strong and win the championship of this Triple Crown Valley Invite. Of course, for many of these teams, it's just the beginning of what'll be a busy next couple of months. Sparkler fireworks around the 4th of July in the Denver, Colorado area is the next big one for most of these squads. And that pitch is poked in the air towards right. It's going to drop. Lockard had a beat on it, but she didn't aggressively go after it. Lindsey Jones came in, tried to make a sliding grab, and the ball fell. It was almost between second and right, but neither one made the call or the catch. And Lockard will get the blue pit, her 2nd of the game. And here's Haruza, who's 0 for 1, but she did have a sac fly RBI her last time in when she flew out to Doig and left. So Butterfield and the Bullets just trying to get 2 more outs and end this inning without any further damage being done. After that 2-run 4th, which has provided both of the tallies in the game. Well, that one just missed. Piper Love turned around and said something, and I'm sure she was saying, hey, that was a pretty good pitch, wasn't it? These teams today on bunts are about 1 for 20. I mean, every one is poked back to the screen, fouled away. I mean, you can get a bunt down that's not a good bunt, but it's in play to force a play. But these one after another just been fouled right to the backstop. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Haruza. Keep in mind, again, this is the 4-hole hitter. Another one spoiled, fouled back to the right towards the parking lot. So the team from Boise, Idaho, working on adding to this 2-0 lead. And that one ripped but foul wide to third base. Pretty good battle between Haruza and Butterfield, the 3rd matchup between these two. Playing all these softballs back in that have been fouled away. A lot of snow cones given out today to track down a lot of these foul balls, and that one Well, there's another one. Way back and out of play. The youth of Portland will be in good shape, racing after all of these foul balls. Another one on the way from Butterfield. Another play for Seats. She's just able to glide over and make plays and get there without too much drama, and that's the second out of the inning. She's recorded both putouts. And Butterfield able to win that battle against Haruza. Here's Gracie Tintinger, the extra hitter, who's 0 for 2, and twice she's grounded out. To Michael at third, to Kai at short. Another one back over the screen. And we're out of softballs again. We've gone through our supply in short order. Here comes one from the dugout. Now we're going to the bootleg version. We're just grabbing balls out of the dugout to play them back in until the other ones, the game balls, find their way back into the dugouts. And that one is lined towards right center. Lockard will stop at second, and Seats will play it back in. Tintinger is 1 for 3 after she gets the base hit. And a couple of singles this inning for Crossfire. Alexis Navarrete, the left fielder, has popped up to first, flied out to left. And she has a chance, maybe with a base hit, to provide that third run, which would keep the Bullets from bringing the tying run to the plate with just one runner on in the bottom of the 7th inning. And tried for that low strike and just did miss, down and in. Four hits for Crossfire. And the strike is delivered by Butterfield. The 3 hits for the Bullets. And all of the hits in this game have been singles. And there's a chopper for a base hit. Lockard's going to turn third. The throw's decent, but it skips by Love to the screen, and a run will score. That was a hard throw, and once it hit the ground, it skipped by Love. And Lockard scores on the single from Navarrete. Tintinger ends up at third base. Navarrete at second. Be an error as well on that extra base, but it is now a 3-0 game. And now a base hit from Davidson could produce 2 more runs, and that's a healthy swing and a miss. The base hit from Lockard with 1 out, that ball that fell between Fogg and Ramirez in right and second, could have ended the inning. This may do the same thing, and it'll be dropped. Kai had a skip out of her glove, and 2 more come across. She may have snuck a peek to look at her second baseman, Ramirez, and when she did, she couldn't squeeze it. And what should have been the final out in a 3-0 game, it's now 5-0 Crossfire. So the play wasn't made out there between second and right, and then in between, soft pop-up was the 2-out single by Navarrete, produced a run, and then the ball was dropped at short, scoring Tintinger and Navarrete. 3 runs home, and this one's popped up by Raborti over near the dugout, and it's out of play. So Crossfire with 2 runs in the 4th. They've scored 3, still batting in the 7th inning. And all 3 of these runs have come with 2 outs. Chopper up the middle, and that's a base hit. Seats will retrieve. Raborti with the single. There will be a lot of Crossfire hitters who may finish 1 for 3 who have all collected that hit in this their final at bat. 4 hits this inning alone for Crossfire. They had just 2 all game through 6 innings. And for Butterfield, maybe some frustration on a few plays that haven't been made, but also maybe starting to run out of gas on a very long day. It's Morgan Lindsey Jones, who's 0 for 2 batting. Crossfire with 2 outs in this inning. Their lead was 2-0. Looking for some insurance. They plated 3 more runs. And this one's trouble. Out there in the right center. It'll fall. It'll score Davidson. The single from Jones will knock in another run. And Navarrete all the way to third base. There has been a bit of a Bermuda Triangle in right field on this field today. Balls that off the bat haven't been hit that hard, but maybe hard enough that the second baseman can't make the play and drop in front of the right fielder. And here's Stinson waving and missing, and that's a free stolen base for Jones, who can trot to second. No throw offered with Navarrete at third. Stinson is the 9th Crossfire hitter to bat. That should be a swing. Yes, it is. That's pretty much a full swing that got an appeal. But it's 0-2. Stinson hangs tough and fouls it back, so the lead is up to 6-0. Five hits this inning and a couple of errors. And Crossfire still batting. The Bullets were 1 out away from ending this inning, getting ready to bat down 2-0. That final out has been elusive. There it is on the wave of the miss. But 4 runs score. 5 hits, 2 errors, and a couple of runners left on. A lot of breathing room before the Bullets come to bat in the bottom of the 7th, now trailing 6-0. Last chance for the Northwest Bullets, and the challenge much more difficult than it was looking like it was going to be about 10 minutes ago. Crossfire scored 2 runs without a hit in the 4th inning, and that's the way our game stayed into the 7th. When Crossfire pushed across 4 runs, all coming with 2 outs, 5 hits, a couple of errors, and it is now a 6-0 game. And Jalen Stinson back to the circle trying to finish it off with the CG shutout. First one goes to the backstop against Bryn Nelson. Nelson, Kayai, and Doig hard to the lineup for the Bullets. Bullets lost a runner at the plate. That was Seats to end the 5th inning. It would have made it a 2-1 game. And been running uphill just a bit since. Been quite a day for them, but not quite the finish they would like. And that is right back to the circle, speared by Stinson for out number 1. So instead of a leadoff base runner and a base hit, there's 1 gone. And here's Kayai, the shortstop, who is lined to short and grounded to short. So Josie watches that one float up and out. Never really in danger of being in the zone from number 13, Jalen Stinson. You think about the Crossfire team, again, they were able to shut out their opponent in the semifinal game 3-0, trying to win this 6-0. So pitching and defense has been in full force today. Roller foul, wide to third. Kayai back in there, trying to get something going here in this last inning. A roller to third. Navarrete knocks it down, picks it up, and then throws wildly. Even after she didn't field it cleanly, a good throw may have had Kayai, but instead, the air will put a runner on. And the Bullets still have some life. Here's Maddie Doig. He's popped to first and grounded back to the circle. Bullets need a little bit of help, and maybe that was the first step in that with a misplay. We've, for the most part, had a clean game, and there's a roller in the center for a base hit. Drop ground popped up to short last inning, certainly hurt, but even one of the throwing errors was on a play at the plate. Base hit, though, by Doig, puts a couple of runners on, so were it not for that 4-run outburst with 2 outs in the 7th, be a much tighter, intenser bottom of the 7th inning. Here's Claire Seitz. She's been busy at the plate. She walked in the 2nd. She had a single in the 5th inning. She was the runner who was thrown out by Haruza. She tried to score from second on a chopper that went under the glove of Walker. Haruza, though, made a perfect throw. That one hit high in the air, deep left center, back to the wall, and it is off the fence. And it's going to score a run on a ringing double. A throw back to third is a wild one. A good throw may have had Doig. It would have been a costly second out. And then the throw was so errant it hit the dugout and didn't go out of play. That's probably the best hit ball we've had in 2 games on this field. A ringing double from Seitz. And the first run for the Bullets in the game comes with 1 out. It was the 1-out error that kick-started things, a little bit like a couple of mistakes. Put some gasoline on the fire in the top of this inning. But if you're Doig, you can't risk making it out there on the bases down 5 runs, even if you're convinced that ball is not going to be played back in. Here's Michael. Well-placed pitch over the outside corner, knee high from Stinson. So her shutout is gone and now needs 2 more outs. That's hit high in the air to right, and it will be caught. Lindsey Jones with the catch. Doig tags and scores the 2nd run on the sac fly, and Seitz goes to third base. Play made down that right field line, 2nd out. 2nd run has come across. It's a 6-2 game. Well, you can't help but wonder now, the 4 runs that scored with 2 outs in the 7th inning, if that final out was recorded, what we might have brewing in the bottom of the 7th. Instead, it's 6-2. And a meeting in the circle before Haley Paul bats with a runner at third, and Crossfire 1 out away from winning the Valley Invite here in our D1 Upper Gold bracket. Coach Dwyer, I believe, not in any mood to make a change. Stinson had 6 scoreless innings before this 7th inning. And both of the runs unearned. And anything else that would score hereafter would be the same. But regardless, Stinson looking to end it. And she misses to Haley Paul, who's 0 for 2. With a ground out and a strikeout. 6-2 game. 6 of our 8 runs have scored in this 7th inning. Get the feeling this is where fatigue is maybe as much of a factor 5 games in, final inning, than anything else. Roller up the middle. Base hit. It'll score the 3rd run of the inning. And it's a 6-3 game. Haley Paul rolls one by Walker. Piper Love, who bats 9th in this lineup, is in the box. Ava Peters on deck, the 10-hole hitter before it would get to Ramirez. Love singled back in the 5th on a chopper that went under the glove of the shortstop Walker. Another play for Walker. This time she fields it, throws to first, ends the game, and Crossfire will win it. They're the champions of the D1 Upper Gold Bracket in the Triple Crown Valley Invite. Needless to say, it was quite an interesting 7th inning. 3 runs scored on 3 hits, and Air making all 3 runs unearned, but nonetheless a 6-3 game. So it was 2-0 heading into the 7th. Crossfire scored 4 times, and the Bullets answered with 3, but they fall 3 short. So offense might look like it was a little more prevalent than really was the case until the last inning, when both of these teams had better swings, but that will do it today. So a special thank you to our entire Triple Crown crew working 2 games today, bringing you the quarterfinal of this bracket and the championship game as well. So congratulations to the Crossfire from Boise, as well as the Northwest Bullets with a busy afternoon and a lot of victories. But Crossfire with the win, 6-3. I'm Brett Dolan, thanking you for watching, and good night from Hillsboro, Oregon.